So for this week, guys, we're gonna be working on the Accord. We're also gonna be working on the GR, trying to get both cars fixed. Tony's gonna be helping me out with the Accord, and I'm gonna be doing this. That way we can kind of spread out our time and not all just be focusing on one car. Let me show you guys the progress we have on the Accord though. So here we are. We were taking some stuff apart, test fitting. We got the new fender in, got the new headlight in. I went ahead and unbent the hood. It was folded down since this is the part where the accident was. And we just test fitted everything, unbent. There's like a little bracket that goes under here. I got that unbent, bolted, and I'm excited. Everything looks looking good. So now we just have to go ahead and do some body work on the hood, get all that prepped. There's a dent here, and then there's a dent on this side that wasn't there before. So we gotta fix both dents. Then this hood, fender, and the front bumper is gonna get color matched. And then we can put everything on except the fog lights. So I still gotta order the fog lights. The fog light from that side's good, and both grills are perfectly intact. Everything underneath seems to be unharmed. The car was driving perfectly straight. And this fender is lining up really, really good with the door. You guys can see there. So now we just gotta do the body work on the hood for that while I do the body work on the hood for this car. That way we can get these cars done here shortly. So I went ahead and got the whole front end taken apart. Looking underneath, none of the structure under here got damaged. Everything is really, really nice. If anything, this was bent a little bit, just bent them back. But other than that, the whole structure underneath is looking super nice. I'm happy. Not even the part where the fender bolts to seems to have gotten damaged. So this is gonna be a really easy repair. We just gotta get all the parts. And I think I'm just gonna have to end up getting a hood because it is aluminum and I'm just having a really hard time bending it. Whereas that hood over there is just steel. So it's super easy to bend, get it back into shape. And now we're body working that one, teaching Tony how to do body work so he can learn. That way he's practicing, and then he can do it on his car to fix all the little dents on the STR, which is his daily driver now officially. It's registered, it's got tags and everything. So I'm really excited about this not being damaged at all under here, because this is going to be a really nice selling point for someone that's looking for a cheaper Gr86 in the market, but is scared to get one that might be super crashed, that might not drive straight anymore, hard to align. But that's not going to be the case with this one. So I went ahead and test fitted the fender I bought. Found a silver one in town. And look at that. If only it was the same color, that would have been so clutch, but unfortunately found it in silver, but I got it for like half prices of what they cost at the dealership. And it even came with that little fender piece that I don't really need it, but it's there. Only issue is that this is PPF'd, so I have to peel all the PPF off and then sand it down and color match it. But fitment is looking great. Excited about that. Got the bumper test fitted as well. It's looking good. Look at that, everything lined up really well with the fender as well. The hood's not lining up perfect right in this spot, but I'm guessing that's just because of this damage here. But I found another hood online. If they have it, it'll be in California. It's the same exact color, so we can just swap it and just be done with it. Or if I'm gonna buy an OEM one that's like $1,000, I might as well go carbon fiber hood and put one of those on here. I think the customer will be happy if it has that on there. But for now, I'm gonna be peeling off the wrap and the PPF off of this bumper.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so it's gonna be quite a bit of work.
Yeah, no kidding.
But all to save a couple $100 and not buy a brand new one. A little bit of extra labor, save myself some money. So for today, finished doing all the body work on the hood. This area that was damaged here, same thing over here. This area had a big dent in it. Primer's nice and fresh still. The bumper got sanded down, so as well as the fender. And then the roof got sanded down because there's some spots where the clear coat was like peeling. So we're gonna sand that down so we can paint that as well. And then we have the little wing It's like a little plastic add-on that goes to the back of the trunk. Very similar to how the GR is set up nowadays, where it's got the little ducktail is separate. So I'm guessing you can remove this, and they probably have different options. Haven't really looked into it. But yeah, that's why this part's faded, because it's plastic instead of steel like everything else is. So that the plastic stuff tends to fade a lot faster than the steel does. So that's why that's the issue for that. But bodywork is looking good. Hopefully tomorrow I can finish wiping the whole car down, getting it all clean and prepped. That takes quite a bit of masking off everything, and then hopefully just paint everything in here. I still got to put the fender on a stand, but it's fully sanded down, and then we can hopefully get all this painted. Another thing that I do have to sand that I just remembered is that he wants this to be color matched as well, because for some reason it's not. You see that one is blue and this one isn't, so I'm gonna have to color match it as well, like it is on this side. You see there? So when I mask it, just mask that area up, and then I'll have to paint that as well. So a lot of little touch-ups going on for this car. I ordered the fog lights, and I ordered some other stuff, so that way we can get this front end put together. Hopefully by the end of the week, have this car done. All right, so here we are. Got everything masked up. We're gonna be painting the wing. We're gonna be painting the roof. We're gonna be painting the front bumper. We're gonna be painting the hood, which all the body work got done on. I'm gonna be painting the fender. I primered the fender because it was black. And if I don't, then the color is gonna be really hard to match with the actual door. So the color came out really close from what it looks like. So if I make it a lighter color, it'll be easier to blend. Also, it got sanded down to bare metal in some sections, so I needed to primer it. I can't just spray paint on direct metal, so that's why I primered it. This got primered in these sections. The bumper, I don't like to primer because I feel that paint is best stuck on when it goes directly onto the plastic. So you can see I sanded it down with 600. I applied adhesion promoter, which is commonly known as like Bulldog. It's the most common one. So that adhesion promoter will make sure that the paint sticks to it really well, and it's also like a flex agent. So that way when the bumper actually flexes and bends and whatnot, the paint won't crack. So we got that done. Got everything masked up. So now I'm ready to start applying the base coat. Here is paint we're going to be using, mixing it up. Blues are really hard to cover, so I bought a lot of it. Got the base coat laid down on everything. Also got the fender over there and the primer parts of the hood. And there we are, guys. Got everything painted up. Looking good. Color match looks really, really close. Hood, fender, and then that mirror as well. That mirror was black. I guess it was previously replaced from a prior accident that they might have had. But yeah, man, that looks... I really like this color, actually. It's not as bright as the Evo, but it's still like a nice dark blue. Look at that. It's gorgeous. All right, so after painting yesterday the cord, I want to work on this a little bit while I let the cord stuff dry up. We'll work on that a little bit later. So I want to try to pop this dent out. And then what I'm going to be using is a basketball, stuffed it in there with an air pump. So let's see if we can get this dent to slowly pop out. Here, let me add some air. Coming out. It was like all the way back here. You can see the dent coming out. If I can slowly start popping this out, keep moving the ball down that way, and get this to just come out with air pressure, that'll be sick. Then I can do the last little details, body work it, and then paint it. It's coming out pretty nicely. So the dent used to be all the way up here. pushed it out. Been pulling this back towards me, so I just got to keep moving the basketball over a little bit. I'm probably going to remove the wheel so I can kind of hammer on the inside, especially in this spot. It's really strong metal that I can't just pull, so I'm going to have to hammer it from the inside, kind of get this to shape back a little bit. And then the metal actually split here, so I could probably stick a bar in there and kind of like push this out if it's too difficult with the basketball. But yeah, just gonna remove this wheel, try to hammer this back section out and keep inflating the ball to kind of push it all out. But it's coming out good. The dent used to be all the way up here. Now it's down here, and this actually looks pretty good. You can kind of still see the remnants of the dent, but this looks really, really good. Excited about that. Let's take some more out. All right. Looks like that's it for that spot. Started making some different noises. It's coming out pretty good. All right, getting most of it out. So the last part looks like it's dipped in there. Most of this already came out to somewhat to where the factory curves are supposed to be. But this part here is still really sunk in. So see if we can get it out some more. What's coming? Oh, I gotta be careful with this one. I don't want to cause a bend up here. All right, getting the front bumper put together. Got the new fog lights on, the grill, the other fog lights. Here's the old bumper. Got these brand new off online. Might as well. One of them was good, one of them was missing, but they sell them in pairs. I was like, let's just buy the pair. And then here's the car, the booth. We got the hood polished up, the fender. We even polished this fender to kind of help it color match better because they're not as shiny as brand new paint. Polished the wing as well. And then the last thing we're doing is sanding down the roof with 2000 so we can polish the roof as well. Just because, unfortunately, you always get a little bit of dirt nibs and stuff that lands on top, bugs or whatnot. So yeah, even in a professional paint booth, those little issues happen. So just things that you can't avoid. So since the roof had a little bunch of like little dirt nibs and stuff that landed on it, even some dirt landed on it. It must have been windy after I painted. So sanding all that out, removing all those imperfections, and then we're gonna give it a nice little polish. We're using 2000 because that's just to skim the roof, remove all that, remove some of the orange peel, and then once we polish it, it'll look like that. We got the bumper put on and everything's looking good, lining up really well with the headlights and everything. So now we're gonna put the grill on, and I just finished polishing the roof. So the roof is looking pretty immaculate. Tony helped me sand it down with 2000, and look at that. It looks like the tent is one piece on the roof. Yeah, these are just, we still gotta wipe it down. That's why you see those little things in there, but the whole car needs a wash. The rest of it is all dusty. That's looking good. I'm excited. Customer's gonna be excited about having this car again in one piece.
Dude.
What do you think of doing body work, Tony?
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of sanding, right?
But like I said, the reward is nice at the end.
I always joke around and say there's just a sanding. You got to do a lot of sanding, and then after that you do more sanding, and then once you're done with that, you do more sanding. Exactly. Because for example, when he was doing the body work, you lay the paste, the glaze in this case is what it's called. Then you sand it. Oh, it's still low spots. Add some more, sand it again, and just keep going. It's just when there's body work involved, it's a lot more work. But when it's, for example, the bumper was brand new, sand it down once, and then you apply the adhesion promoter and paint, and it's pretty instant. So that's why it's worth it to, instead of repairing that bumper, even though this bumper didn't really have much damage. I'll show you guys here. Like that's what it had. You can technically repair this, and I'm sure they do sometimes. But for $100, you could just get a whole nother one. Like I'd probably charge more than $100 to fix that. And it would never be as perfect as just getting a bumper that's never been damaged like that before, you know? Something from scratch. So it's looking good. Remember how that grill goes?
This grill, I think, is supposed to be popped in there first.
Uh-oh. We're supposed to clip it in first?
Yeah, because that has to go in there first, huh?
Most likely, yeah.
So it's part of this whole thing basically goes on together.
Oops. Now we gotta take the bumper back off.
Yay! Remember the sanding part? No, taking apart the stuff and put it back together.
Yeah, it's probably one of the worst things you can do when you're working on a car is install stuff and then have to uninstall stuff because you forgot to install something.
Hey, it's a puzzle.
Yeah.
Puzzle pieces again.
All right, well, let's get this grill on. There we are. Got everything turned on just to test it. All the headlights, BRLs and everything is turning on, even fog lights. So it's looking good. Car looks like a brand new car again. So I'm sure the customer is going to be happy, especially since we did those little extra touches for him. One of the things he didn't like before was that mirror being black. Now it's color matched just like the other one. The roof was starting to fade and then the wing was fading as well. So just little things to make the car look that much newer. So this looks great. Oh, and I also polished this headlight. That's the old headlight and that's brand new headlight. So sometimes when you put a brand new headlight, the other ones look really, really old. So you got to polish them up to kind of give them a little bit more shine.